Hey folks, and welcome back here to Gatekeeper Media as we bring you the final 9 holes for the 2022 Green Mountain Championship, our first postseason event this year for the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We're with our chase card at Run Meadows, and we appreciate you all for tuning in. A special thank you going to our Patreon supporters who help make the coverage possible. I am Dustin Murray, and joining me in the virtual commentary booth, as always, is Mr. Nathan Queen.
Yeah, and we got to watch some rough conditions during that first round, during the front 9 through those first few holes, getting a rough start for a few of these players, turning it back around though towards the end, and Paul McBeth able to keep it clean.
Yeah, at this point he's put himself in 3rd position, but still well behind Ricky Wysocki, who's kind of top on the charts right now, making it hard to catch as we start things off here on hole 10.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the course, 316 feet. Again, kind of that soft forehand, or you could go backhand putter. Got kind of a backstop. There is OB right side and long. Even left also, but I'm not sure I've ever seen anybody go OB left.
Challenge accepted. So you're going to see that forehand do what Gannon needs?
You got to send me video of it when you do it.
Yeah, it's just roll your wrist on a forehand for me. Easy. Can make that happen for you.
Paul giving it an ace run. He's going to have a nice tap-in birdie to start his back 9, move to 4 under par.
Nice spiking forehand here from Bradley Williams. Skips on up there into circle 1.
Lena's pulling out this one really wide to the left, but does float all the way back to inside the circle. Gonna have 4 looks inside 33 feet.
Bradley first to act, just a little wide right on the putt there. We'll have to settle for par. Here is Gannon. And that'll do. Back to back.
Yeah. Has definitely gotten himself gathered and playing good golf now since those first couple of struggles early on the putting green.
Linus will join him in the birdie department with that one. Getting the 2 under on the round thus far. And again, Linus is the one that really has to do the most work. He hasn't played as many events, so he hasn't gathered as many points. And so he is the only person on this chase card right now that has not already qualified for the Pro Tour finale. And so, you know, finishing strong here will get him a lot of points to help kind of move him up into that position.
Definitely so. Top 10, top 5 is where you really get a lot of points. And he's right in there right now. Hole 11, 594 foot. If you can get about here, it's going to be your ideal drive. Still a blind approach to this green as you got to get up over this rock wall. Then it drops back downhill. Got OB long, and if you kick some trees, you can get kicked OB right also.
Yeah, great backhand here from Gannon Buhr. Makes a lot of progress on the fairway.
Oh yeah, he's up there to a good spot. Gonna have a nice little soft turnover. Let it flatten out and glide down to the basket.
Also, I have to shout this out. I'm sorry about this one, Nathan, but Paul McBeth is wearing an 100 Thieves jacket, which is actually an esports organization, which is the world I come from. So that's kind of neat to see.
Sweet. I would have never known.
Yeah, so shout out to Paul McBeth, you know. Oh, boy.
There's just a little bit too much steam on that one. Skips up. Even with the wet grass, gonna end up OB.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
So Paul far enough back, gonna go with the forehand. This gets a little scary to me with the way it can skip. But if it doesn't make it over the wall, it's not gonna skip.
I'll give Bradley a putt for birdie.
And that's kind of that fast action I was talking about. It gets over towards that OB line quickly. Getting caught up a little bit short there. Gonna have a long circle 2 look trying to save his par.
Certainly nice to have a step putt approach here on hole 11. A lot more of a jump putt, I guess, there from Gannon, actually. Oh, boy. Almost a leaner. Oh, it is a leaner.
Nice little roll. As Paul very smartly just throwing it straight down, making sure there's no chance that his disc is going to catch some air, end up in that OB long. This is a scary putt for Linus.
Almost finds it. Just not quite enough juice on it. Maybe a bit timid, like due to the OB that you were discussing. Oh, man, that was obviously a tough putt to try to grab with that tree in his way, and nearly found it.
That's a disappointing miss. It looked good the whole way and just barely high. Those hyzer putts are difficult for me personally to get that centered like he did. And just barely missed the height. I feel like he didn't do much wrong as Gannon gets himself a turkey, moved down to 3 under par. Going into hole 12, 731 foot par 4. It's about 380, 390 feet to this line right here. Come up a little short of that for your upshot. If you make sure you get far enough left, or you're going to have to put too much turnover angle to have an easy upshot.
Yeah, again, not looking to get too much off the tee, as you said. Just trying to make sure you stay short of that OB.
As Gannon stays short of it, ideally you'd like to be farther left, but not out of position for the birdie there.
And that is that more left you were talking about from Paul McBeth. So a little bit more of an ideal position to make that second shot approach to the green.
Yeah, and during our second round, we never saw anybody get up there, so that's going to be our first look at where you really want to be at. It looks like Bradley may be doing the same thing.
Absolutely. Looks like he's in a very similar vicinity to Paul McBeth. Linus didn't like his footing on that one. Didn't get quite the height, but still gets into a good spot.
Yeah, it comes up a bit shorter than the others, but avoids, if you get too far left, there's some bushes over there that can cause you some trouble. They're not OB, just kind of get in your way, so he's probably going to have 400 plus right here.
Puts a good move on it. Gets in the circle 1. Wow, what a shot from Linus.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't have to put too much turnover angle on it. Was able to throw it pretty straight. And
Oh, this
Paul
is
able
just
to do the same.
Yeah, that is a strike. It actually comes up a little short. Such a good line, though. Look, very nice, subtle turnover. Bradley Williams puts a move on this thing as well. What a shot.
Yeah, gets up there inside the circle. Something that seems to be difficult to do if you don't throw 2 really good shots. As you see Gannon having to do a little bit of extra looking because he does have to go with that more severe turnover angle. But oh my goodness,
He don't care. CTP.
That was a mid-range, wasn't it? That flew so soft.
Yeah, probably one of his M4s.
M4, 390 feet, 370 feet. Paul doesn't care if he left it short. He probably did it on purpose. He's like, man, my Circle 2's good this week.
Circle 2's been good for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's see if Linus can join him here. And he will. Good bounce back after 11. Keeps him in that top 10 position.
Bradley looking to get to even par for the first time in a while. Gonna have to try again.
And Gannon's going to throw a little gravy on that turkey. That's 4 in a row now.
Yeah, definitely putting it back together once the rain stopped.
Absolutely.
Has a great round going. They're tied for 6th. We'll see what happens after the short break.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Throw your Disc Golf Warehouse. With a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, shirts, and more. GottaThrow.com has all the tools to take your game to the next level. Shop online or our Golden Valley, Minnesota store. Free shipping with all online orders over $75. Online or in-store, get what you need for the game you love. GottaThrow.com, your disc golf warehouse. In the game since 1993.
Hole 13, 375-foot par 3. Down, up, and over this hill. Drift just in front of that light pole, most likely. We'll skip you up to the basket. You can go around it also, but that can bring that OB long into play a little bit more.
Not quite getting that forward penetration he wanted, but gets a good little rollout.
Yeah, that may have rolled far enough to give him an open look down the hill. Paul seems to be going mid-range here, going right towards that pole.
Right on the edge.
Yeah, something that finishes just a bit steeper than that with a little bit more hyzer at the end. Get him over there. This definitely has enough angle to move to the left. And he
Beautiful
does go
shot.
just around that light pole into circle 1.
And Bradley's put his disc right in the right spot, but this roll is starting to get a little nasty for him, but rolls back, though.
As you see that OB line creep into the right side of the screen, he saw none of that scariness happen, so...
I mean, that was just, what, an inch high?
Yeah, if even.
Rare to see McBeth miss left like that.
As there it is, finally able to capitalize, get back to even on the round. I'm sure that's a little bit of weight lifted off his shoulders. Still going to want to get some more birdies and continue to move back forward.
Salinas gets back-to-back birdies here to go 3 under par, so now in the top 8. Gannon will be just ahead of him. McBeth's still tied up for 3rd.
And moving into hole 14, 342-foot par 3. You've got OB all the way down the right side that wraps around long as well. These guardian trees are kind of the hardest part of this hole. Doesn't seem like there's much wind today, so just throw straight at it and miss these guardians. If you kick off to the right, you could get to that OB pretty quickly.
Man, that was on a great trajectory. Then it catches a tree and just rolls backwards.
Yeah, those guardians. And just going kind of straight line drive, drifts off to the right. Able to miss all the trees. Going to be right around circle's edge looking for a birdie.
Gannon Buhr trying to do something fairly similar here. But pushes it a little too far, and that will be out of bounds. He will still be able to save par, though. I think he'd be within circle 1 with the meter.
Yeah, there is a line you could just go hyzer all the way out there. You have to throw over OB the entire time. And if you don't get it to hyzer enough, it does bring that into play like Gannon did. But Paul shows you what Gannon was trying to do as he gets up there easily inside circle 1.
Oh, nearly finding it there, Linus. Almost grabbed the turkey. Bradley Williams will go back-to-back, now under par for the round. Gets him towards the top 10 position. Really well done.
Yeah, you can see that circle 1 whisker a step in front of him, so that's 36 feet uphill, probably playing more like 44, 43 feet.
A stepper to save par, just a little to the right-hand side. McBeth, though, will grab a birdie, 6 under, now solo 3rd position.
Yeah, putting together a good round here from Chase Card, trying to make a push still. Back to Brewster Ridge for a moment, hole 15. Of Fox Run, 321 feet. Really cut into the woods here. You can see quite a tight gap that kind of dog legs to the right after about 270 feet or so.
Yeah, this is too many trees for Fox Run. I don't like it.
Oh, I always like it.
I'm just kidding. It's a very pretty hole.
Yeah, and they've wood chipped pretty much this entire fairway this year. Pretty cool visual.
I mean, it's just pushing it a little too far, but still near the edge of circle 1.
Yeah, it's such a smooth backhand. It's a very late turn.
Mm-hmm.
And to get it to glide out like that, not turn it too over, very technical shot. And this looks like a great shot from Gannon. That's really what you need, that overstable flight to get it to go straight so far before it dumps real hard for that dog leg. Video perfect.
And McBeth got caught up off the tee, so just has to chip that up for a par putt. And here is Linus just outside the circle. And hits this stepper. 3 out of the last 4 going his way, so 4 under par. Keeping him in that top 8 spot. Again, needs those points to try to qualify for the finale, and he's certainly moving in the right direction to do so.
And with authority also.
Bradley Williams grabbing a turkey. He's been on a little bit of a run as well here on the back nine.
Yeah, starting to show you why he's been on chase card 3 days in a row now. After that rough start, the rain can can grab you really quick. Take a little bit to shake off.
That's another miss left from McBeth.
Yeah, we've seen 2 from circle 1, and it was a longer one, so you can't really, it's hard to count it, except for Paul McBeth, but we saw him miss just slightly left on hole 9 from circle 2.
Gannon will immediately recover from the bogey on the previous hole with that one.
My name's Garrett Gerthy. People may know me as Double G, and I've been making Double G craft jerky since I was 16 years old.
And while Kona and I are driving, don't have time to stop and eat, so I always have her grab me a small bag of Double G jerky.
You got smash cracked pepper on Tuesday. Wednesday you got the garlic.
Late in the round, hole 14, you might need a little pick-me-up. Pull out some Double G jerky.
Grab the big bag because you're gonna have to share.
You can find Double G craft jerky at doublegjerky.com.
Unbelievable stuff from Paul McBeth.
And remaining in the woods for another shot or 2 at most, hopefully. Hole 16, 711 feet. Another wooded fairway. You don't want to get off to the left or right. Very difficult to get any distance once you do get into those woods. If you can land around that tee pad you saw right towards the end of this fairway, you're going to be in the best position to get out of the gap and try to attack this green.
That's a great bounce out for Bradley.
Yes, it is.
Definitely don't want to be in these woods, because then you're just wasting a shot getting back onto the fairway. Even that's going to be really hard to try to make a play from.
Yeah, with the gap that you have to hit to get out, it's OB right underneath it in that ditch, so gonna be hard for him to want to go for that. Gannon getting himself in a good spot on the fairway, kind of has an uphill run up. As this whole fairway kind of slopes down left to right. You see that ditch in the middle of it running parallel.
And McBeth's the most cut off, so again, he's probably just going to have to pitch out.
Oh, and Linus looks like he is going to try to make it out of this gap. Nope.
Yeah. He had that split finger grip, so definitely was just looking for control on that.
The forehands just confuse me sometimes.
Yeah, you rarely see the split finger on anything really powerful, but definitely some people like to use it to have one closer to the middle of the plate for control.
As Paul, a wild misrelease there, trying really hard to make it out. Ends up in bounds over there on the right side.
What?
Oh, no.
Wow, that is a miscue for sure.
Yeah, as you see that uphill run up, kind of what I was talking about. Gannon, you're ridiculous.
He is, and he's still so young, too. I mean, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with for the next 20 years.
Yeah, definitely so. As Linus, playing well after being slightly off the fairway, going to be able to get his par. A good recovery shot from Bradley to get a bogey after an unfortunate upshot. Didn't quite get the turnover he was looking for.
So McBeth will mark the pin with that one, so he'll limit the damage.
Oh, he got out of the woods. Really fortunate kick on that second shot.
Back-to-back birdies for Buhr. Gets in the 5 under, tied for 6th. Yeah, and you're right, actually. I guess that means Paul's taking par? Wow.
Yeah, taking par. Quite fortunate to get away from that second shot.
Couldn't believe that.
Into hole 17, 321-foot blind par 3. You really want to, it feels like you want to saw your shot off on this one. If you get any type of flight forward, you're most likely going to be OB right. You really just want it to travel right to left the entire flight.
A little short, but had the right line. Perfect shot from Linus.
Yeah, that's how you draw it up. Close enough, you don't have to think about that putt too much. That 30-foot short is just really scary on this one. Looking straight downhill at an elevated basket.
And I mean, Paul, you know, just casual parking the hole.
Yeah, he says, what putt?
So he's still fighting for a podium position here with a couple of holes to play, and that'll certainly help him along that route.
Bradley getting this one way high in the air. Looks like we have 4 looks for birdie. Gannon farthest out, just outside circle 1. Look at this view.
I know, man. Smuggler's Notch is just a gem. Really hope I get to see it one day in person.
You will. I feel like you're gonna make yourself make it up there. But Gannon able to get a turkey for the second time on the back 9, I think.
Unfortunate missed putt there from Bradley Williams, but he'll be able to card the par. Linus with the birdie. Definitely turned it on this back 9.
And Paul's leaner. Gonna tap in his birdie, move to 6 under par again on the round. Brings us into hole 18, our final hole of Smuggler's Notch weekend, our first playoff event of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. What a hole to finish on, too. 775 feet downhill, OB everywhere. Get your drive in bounds, then figure out what to do for your upshot from there.
High and wide here from Gannon. And makes into a great landing zone.
Oh, man, that was so close. If that didn't make it over that wall, he would have had to take that all the way back up here. But gonna be in a fantastic position, under 250 feet probably.
A little bit of a safer shot here from Linus. But a good spot nonetheless.
Yeah, that's more what you typically would see. Paul looking to do something similar, but needs it to stick. And it does.
Probably playing a little bit more of a turning shot before the fade. Gets him a little bit more forward, but everyone doing their job off the tee.
Yeah, all inbounds. Once that rain stopped, it seems to be very calm this round. Pretty good scoring conditions. Again,
Not a route you see often here.
Is this too wide?
Couldn't tell quite where it landed. It made it in bounds. I imagine that's circle one.
Yeah, must have made it in bounds. I guess he was far enough back. He might have been worried about hitting these wires here with this turnover shot.
Right. Yeah, this with a forehand is more common for sure. That's a great execution there from Linus.
Yeah, gonna move him to 6 under down on the round. Should secure him a top 10 spot. Man, that was hard.
It's late. We're tired. You know, it happens. That is a bad combo. Should secure. Yeah, that's tough, actually.
Yeah, you added that H in there too. I heard it.
It's tough. I don't know why I put myself in that position. I could have just not. I guess I just wanted solidarity, man. I wanted to be there for you.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
And Gannon should appreciate that shot. Put himself well inside circle one. Paul still off to the left side a little bit.
Just not a miss I'm used to seeing him have.
Oh, and that was Bradley to get himself back to 2 down. Bit of a disappointing finish for him, but has played well all weekend long and is still going to have that top 15 finish on the Disc Golf Pro Tour in the first playoff event ever. So, very strong showing.
Paul going to finish with the top 5. Gannon with a chance to remain at 6th position with this. And he'll have it solo.
4 birdies in a row again during this round. Putting together just a fire round after those first couple of struggles. Linus Carlsson able to move up as well on this back 9 with 7 birdies and 1 bogey.
Yeah, we'll take a look at our final standings now, so look away if you don't want to get spoiled, but we do have the win here for Ricky Wysocki, Matty O, Isaac Robinson, and Chris Dickerson tied up for 2nd, and Paul McBeth rounds out our top 5, as you said, for our first postseason event in the Disc Golf Pro Tour, as we now get prepared for the MVP Open, where our top 88 MPO players will be attending. We appreciate you all for tuning into this. We hope that you'll follow, subscribe so you can catch our coverage of MVP Open coming up next weekend. Again, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters who help make all the coverage possible. And signing off, this is Dustin Murray, and with me was Nathan Clean, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you guys out there.